And what's so crazy, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. She says to me, she goes, she thought your dad was gonna die first. Yes. First of all, there's a couple souls that are trying to come through on the other side. And first of all, when I'm connected, did you lose your mother?
Yes.
Because right away, she keeps saying to me, Matt, my girls are here. My girls are here. I have to speak. And it's so funny because she's going to me, Matt, how could you not know I'm the mother? We look alike. Look, we look alike, she's saying.
Yes, that's what you're saying.
Everybody's picture. Okay, she showed me this family picture and all the women all looking alike when I'm connecting. And first of all, I got to tell you, this woman is so funny because when I'm connecting with her, all I keep smelling is this floral smell around me when she's coming through. Do you ever smell your mom around you or smell like her fragrance?
Yes, in her room.
Because she says to me, Matt, that's one of the ways that they can know that I'm there. She says, they can she goes, just smell me, she tells me. She's telling me when I'm connecting with her a few different things. This woman was somebody who was afraid to pass here in this world. She keeps saying, Matt, I did not want to die. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. And what's so crazy, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Your mother, she says to me, she goes, she thought your dad was going to die first.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she goes, I can't believe I died. She goes, I really thought it was going to be my husband, she says to me. Because she talks about having to take care of him here in this world. And she was always worried about him. Yeah. She goes, and can you believe, she goes, I spent so many years taking care of this man. She goes, he didn't do anything right, Matt. She goes, he didn't do anything for himself. She goes, this man ate what he wanted, did what he wanted, missed doctor's appointments, and all these things. She goes, and I died? She goes, I can't believe this.
Yes. Oh, yes. She was a beautiful wife.
Dinner. She says that she was showing me like with the ironing board, like ironing his pants, getting his outfits ready, like doing all these things. She goes, Matt, she goes, I didn't realize how much I spoiled him. She goes, till I died. Because now she tells me that he wants you to do all these things. And she tells me like you go to visit your dad and like he gives you commands like, go, can you move that drawer? Can you see what's in that drawer? Can you put this away? Hey, can you fix that over there? And he doesn't want to do anything himself.
This is so true. This is so true.
Hello, I'm talking to your mother. What do you think? So please know. And listen, I can't control what souls come through. They have to come through to me. Know that one of the things that your mom is telling me is this. She says, first of all, Matt, she goes, I want to say to my daughter that I'm sorry for leaving her with the burden of her dad, she tells me, because I thought I was going to be there to take care of everything. She says that was one of the things that I was afraid of. She says, I was so afraid of leaving this world. She says, I was so afraid of going to the other side. She said, and no one being able to take care of dad, she tells me. She says, please thank her for the way that she came forward and the way that she's been there for him. She says, and I want to thank her. She says, for every single day of watching over him. She says, keeping an eye on him and doing everything that she's been doing. She says, I was never so afraid until I was leaving this world, she tells me. She says, because I did not want to go. She says, and I begged for God for more time, she tells me. She says, because I prayed and I prayed and I hoped and I probed. She goes, and I had so much faith. She says, but the hardest thing is that I didn't feel I was ready. She goes, I'm going to tell you that right now. Because your mom tells me that she didn't come to terms with her passing until right when she died, she tells me.
Oh my gosh.
She says, I know what you did for me. She goes, and I know that you all said, like, Mom, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, you don't have to stress over anything. If I die, I'm like, if anything happens to you, we're going to take care of the house. We're going to take care of dad. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Yes.
She says, and do you know, Matt? She goes, I want to thank my family for what they did for me before I died. She says, because everybody got to see me. She tells me everybody being in and out of her house. She shows me that it was like a party every day. She says, and Matt, they were cooking for me and making food for me. She says, and they would put food out on that. She goes, I don't know if it was the dining room table or the kitchen table, but I see everybody going. It was like a buffet, she shows me, and like lining up. Even though I wanted more, she says, I got to see all my family. Everybody traveled from near and far to be with me. She says, and I can't thank them enough. But she also says to me, she was so close with all of you here in this world that she says to me that this is now time for you to spend with your dad. She says, this is a closeness that she wants you to have with him here in this world. She says, because I got to enjoy all of you. Throughout life, she says, dad was always working. Dad was always busy, she says to me. So throughout growing up, she says, I always had this super strong bond with you. I always had this super strong closeness. Yeah. She says, and now she says, it's almost like you get to make up for lost time with your father. Not that you weren't close, because I know that you were all close, but it's a different bond. You shared a different bond with your mom than you did with your dad. She says to me that you never got to have that closeness with them because your mom was like a barrier between you and your father. Everything was
me and my mom. I'd go straight to her room. We'd watch our Lifetime shows together. And my dad would come in and check on us. What are you guys doing? Would you like a beer? Would you?
She wants you all to know that she's been trying to reach you all in your dreams. So have you all got dreams of her?
Oh, yes.
She's telling me that you got that there was a dream that she sent where you all got the same dream. So did you all have the same dream of your mom?
Very similar dreams, yes.
Because she's saying to me, that was really me, because I saw her go, okay, from bedroom to bedroom to bedroom, not a creepy way, but she shows me like her coming to visit you, and then your daughter, and then this one. She says to me that when you all had those dreams, and I feel like you were calling each other saying, I just dreamt of mom. No, I just dreamt of mom. I had a dream of her.
Oh, yes.
She says to me, that was really me.
We felt her.
Yes,
We felt
thank
her
you,
hug. We felt
Lord.
everything.
I just want to know that she is happy.
She definitely is. And I'll tell you one thing. She wants to thank you, by the way, for decorating your dad's house. She tells me that you're decorating it for Christmas. So you're going to be putting up a little tree or things for him.
We are going to, yes.
So know that she says to me, she goes, thank you for including him in the holidays. And when you put out the decorations and you do things like that, she says, know that I'm there. She goes, but don't go overboard. Your mother was the type of person, when I'm connected with her, where she was constantly in and out of the house changing things. She would change the bedspread with every season. I see her taking down curtains and changing down the curtains and doing all these things. She goes, you know, Matt, she goes, he's going to start to learn to vacuum. She goes, that's all I want him to do is vacuum, she says. Because she tells me about here in this world, she used to try to make him vacuum and he wouldn't do it. She goes, know that life isn't going to be perfect now that I'm gone. She says, so that even though you can't change the curtains every season and you can't do everything that I used to do, your mother's laughing. She goes, it's kind of a good thing because it makes him miss me more, she says.
Yes.
She goes, for years, she goes, I always used to tell my husband, like, he didn't know how good he had it with me because I took care of everything. She goes, but now he knows. And she's teasing.
This is true.
I'm going to tell you something that's really amazing that I don't get to see all that often. And this is a reading where I don't get to see all that often for this reason. Many times when I see a significant other pass away, you know, their husband or their wife is left behind and they're heartbroken. And I get very worried about depression. I get very worried about these things. I see it. You know, with your dad, I don't see him being depressed. You know, does he miss her? Absolutely. Does he love her with his whole heart? Absolutely.
Yes.
But what's so nice about this is that you're actually going to be able, from what your mom tells me, is that he knows he's going to see your mom again. Your dad has such strong faith that he's enjoying all this time that he's getting with you. So your mom's saying, enjoy it back.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
It's funny because your mom says to me that she thought, I'm going to be very straightforward and honest. She thought that if she died, he was going to go with her. That's what she thought. And she's saying to me, Matt, he proved me wrong. She says, in all the right ways. Your dad has such strong will and such strong faith, and he's living life for you. And she says, that's the way that's supposed to be, right? I'm going to leave you with that. I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.